Marie Antoinette, Reversal of Fortune, by Michael W. Simmons, narrated by Alan Munro. Chapter 1. The Archduchess, the Model of Kings. On November 2nd, 1755, Empress Maria Teresa of Austria, aged 38, gave birth to her 15th child and 8th daughter. It was a busy day for the Empress, and bringing another child into the world was only one of the items on her agenda. During the lulls between contractions, she was signing documents and attending to affairs of state. The Empress had always been lucky in childbed. She delivered 16 children in total, 13 of which survived infancy, without suffering any undue injuries from the births. Infant and mother mortality rates in her own family were thus far lower than those of 18th-century Europe in general. But even with so many successful births behind her, her mother's survival was never a sure bet, and perhaps that is why she continued to work from bed, undeterred by pain or discomfort. Maria Teresa was a ruling empress, not a consort, and she had come to her throne after a long and bitterly fought war to secure her succession. A devoted mother to her growing brood of children, she nonetheless claimed that her first children were her subjects. It would not do to leave her affairs of state in disarray, merely because she had the misfortune to succumb to the same fate as any common woman laboring in a peasant's croft. She was rather like Isabella of Castile, who also had to schedule the births of her children around more important matters. Isabella gave birth to her most famous daughter, Catherine of Aragon, during the midst of a battle against the Moors, descending from horseback only long enough for the delivery to take place, before mounting the saddle once again. Empresses in the old days held themselves to high standards. Much like women today, they were painfully conscious that any failures in their leadership would be attributed to the inherent weakness of their sex. This was particularly true of Maria Teresa, whose succession had been so bitterly contested. A sovereign queen or empress could afford even less than her male counterparts to be seen as weak. The fate of their nation rested on shoulders that were popularly considered to be too frail to bear anything heavier than the weight.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?